Miles Sanders, and Alshon Jeffery. Maybe even Isaac Suamalu. We'll have to wait and see. All returning back. We need the offensive firepower the second half of the year. All right, y'all. Let's jump into it, y'all. What's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, NFL world? How you doing, division rivals? This is Stephen Hyder with Gate City Sports Channel. The sports channel where the cerebral NFL fan comes for about 10 minutes of daily content. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever it is you get around to watching this. Once again, guys, Stephen Hyder, Gate City Sports Channel. All right, guys, today's topic. We're getting some guys back. And I want to dive into one of those guys coming back because I know it's controversial, guys. I know that a certain segment of our fan base is not in love with Alshon Jeffery. They are still a little upset about what occurred last season. Now listen, some of you guys that are watching and going like, Gate, how can you say that? Nothing was ever admitted. There was no admission of guilt. Guys, I get all that. I'm not saying he did or didn't say it. I'm saying I don't know. I'm saying what the perception is. That's it. Please don't mistake it for anything more than that. The perception is the kid clearly said it. I think you could make an argument of is whether Alshon Jeffery is the source who said that or not. Maybe the timing, maybe it was ill-timed what was said, because I think Carson was really playing some good football. And it was really the outside targets that were letting this team down, not so much Carson Wentz during that time frame, the period of time in which it was said. With that said, if you look at the longer context of what we're seeing this season, you got to admit, man, one of the clear criticisms that can be thrown and launched at Carson Wentz is the fact he refuses sometimes to take what the defense gives him, always looking for the home run, always wanting, he wants to play hero ball. We all know this. This is what makes Carson Wentz exciting and also what makes us want to throw our TV screen. It makes us want to smash it, right? It's how Carson is, man. He idolized Brett Favre, and in his mind, and we can argue over the subtleties of how Brett Favre and Carson Wentz's games are subtly different, how the game is a little different from the 90s. We can argue all those little subtle differences. The mindset, it's the same. Those two guys played the game the same exact way. Now, Alshon Jeffery. I know the concern, guys. I have the same concern you have. It's nothing against Alshon because Alshon is still clearly one of our best wide receivers. Half foot or not. He's clearly one of the best receivers on this football team. It's never been, with me, an issue of talent when it comes to Alshon Jeffery. I won't even say it's been about durability. It was disappointing he went down last season. It was disappointing he missed the beginning of 2018. He missed the first few games there. With that said, Alshon Jeffery is tough, man. Like, we've seen the kid play through the Super Bowl year with a bum shoulder. An injury that required surgery, and he toughed it out because the guy's tough. With that said, guys, a Liz Frank is a little different. I can tell you, someone who suffered an injury before, when you suffer a Liz Frank, the issue with suffering a Liz Frank is that everyone reacts differently in the healing process to it, and it can cause phantom pains. To this day, when I jog or I run, I get phantom pains in my foot. I don't know why that happens, guys. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on YouTube. I don't know, guys. I have no clue how I could bring any kind of insight to that, guys. I just don't know. But we do have to wonder how he's going to be when he comes back in the lineup, guys. Maybe he's not the same guy. I don't know. None of us know that until we see him, right? My concern more so lies with, we don't have Grow here anymore. We all remember the famous words of Grow when Howie Roseman went out there and got them, let's be honest, another slot receiver. But, you get these receiving targets that if you can coach it correctly and scheme it correctly, you got Golden Tate, you got, Nelson Aguilar, you had Alshon Jeffery. Like, you had enough weapons to manufacture offense. And the golden words or the last words of a fool there was, I don't know how to implement this. I don't know how to coach around this. I'm hoping we don't see something like, and let's be honest, Mike Rowe's not here. You can't put that on Grow, but Doug's still here, clearly. We have to make sure that Doug Peterson figures out how to use three guys in Rager, in, Fulgham, and in Alshon Jeffery, who have played every one of the alignments at wide receiver. Every one of these guys has played boundary side, they have played the field side as a flanker, and they've played in the slot. Okay? There's no excuse, man. You should be able to move these guys around and get your three best football players on the field along with Greg Ward Jr., along with Hightower on occasion. You should be able to get guys on this football field. This should improve our passing game. I'm not going to accept anything less than that. Okay, now if Alshon's not the same and it's not a Doug thing, that's a different story, guys. I don't mean to put that out there, but that's a different story. If he's just physically not the same player coming back from the injury, that's not on Doug. But if you can't scheme it with these guys, that's on Doug. Because now you've got legitimate targets. Guys, think about this. You focus on Fulgham, you're going to get beat by Goddard. You're going to get beat, right? You're going to get beat by Alshon from time to time. We all remember the Miami game and how good Alshon played. Devontae Parker overshadowed that game, but go back and watch how well Alshon played in that game, guys. Rager is a legitimate deep slot, guys, and he's a good flanker. Like, we've got something. The line's getting healthier. It's here. I'm not going to make any projections if it's going to pan out, because this season has just been an you-know-what show. Poop emoji show. But everything's there. They just need to put it all together consistently, keep it going throughout the duration of the season, and start to get momentum, okay? We got to start running the ball more. I'm going to get into some of the baseline statistics tomorrow. We've got to run the ball more. I know Doug has got this philosophy where he tries to pass to run. Maybe consider the inverse, Doug. Please, for the love of God, set your passing game up through the running game and not vice versa. It's just a weird concept that you've come up with that, and it doesn't work. It's not how you won in 2017. Yes, you can argue that in 2017, that running game, we built those leads and then we pounded, through the running game. But go back and look at the run and pass statistics that year at 51 to 49%, guys. Look at when the downs that we were running on. It's a different story than what people suspect. Don't get me wrong, running late in games definitely sealed games, and we still need that. But that would bring us to the conversation of a contact bounce back, which I would like to make a separate video on that. But, Elijah Holyfield, somebody, bring Michael Warren up, somebody, let him be a contact bounce back. But that's neither here nor there. You got Miles Sanders coming back, okay? We've seen that Boston Scott in the right role can be effective. Maybe if you found a contact bounce back, you bring back Alshon Jeffery, you get Dallas Goedert healthy. Dallas Goedert wasn't really built into the game plan last week. I'm hoping we don't have that problem with Alshon and Miles coming back because we had the extra week to prepare. We knew they were coming back, so they should be in the game plan. There shouldn't be any limitations there, I'm hoping. Hope's a big word here, guys. I understand that, but that's what my hope is. I think the offense is starting to come around. I think it's starting to take shape. I think it's starting to take form. We'll see what happens, man. Can we implement Richard Rodgers into this offense along with Dallas Goedert? I mean, we have guys that are emerging. I think you need to play the hot hand at times, and I think we fail to do that, but we'll see how it works out, guys. All right, y'all, that's all I really got for y'all. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. What do you think about implementing Alshon Jeffery back? Like, look, Alshon doesn't have to just be, that could be his primary position as your boundary side receiver, but Alshon has played the flanker before. He played it in Chicago. He was a flanker when Brandon Marshall was the X. He can do it. He can be a tall slot. And I like that formation just because it kind of plays Where's Waldo with Fulgham. I think Fulgham is the guy you want to move around the formation more than anything, which then makes the other guys move. Because you don't want teams focusing on how to take Fulgham away. I think that's the way you prepare for these games. But I ain't on the coaching staff. I ain't in the front office. I got no say. I got no dog. Well, I do have a dog in the race because, obviously I'm an Eagles fan, but you get what I mean, guys. I don't have any control over anything that happens. So, all right, y'all, that's all I got for you. Leave your comments down below. We end these videos. We do a little E-A-G-L-E-S. All right, y'all. Let's go, Eagles.